Hello everyone, welcome to the live. Thank you for joining the live. First name is in the chat, Pankaj. Hello, how are you, Pankaj? Thank you so much for joining in the live. Next name is we have Mia in the chat. Hello, Mia, how are you? Next name is Zainab in the chat. Hello Zainab, how are you? And next name we have Stila. Hello Stila, how are you? Welcome to the live, Stila. Thank you so much. Next name we have Ali in the chat. Hello Ali, how are you? And here is Laiva. Join the live. Hello Laiva. How are you, Laiva? And I see Priya. Hello Priya. How are you? Welcome to the live. Next name is we have Vitalis. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. And I see Zahra KK in the chat. Hello, how are you? And I see Lilybug. Thank you for joining the live. Have a great day to you. And next name is Aisa Asya. Yes. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Thank you for joining in the live. And next name we have Umar in the chat. Hello Umar. How are you? And I see Alina join the live. Hi Alina. Thank you. Thank you Alina. And I see next name we have Turkey in the chat. Hello, how are you? Thank you so much for joining in the live. And here next name is Sagi in the chat. Hello Sagi, how are you? And I see next name is Danika in the chat. Thank you Danika, thank you so much. And here we have Lala in the chat. Hi Lala, how are you? And next name we have. Next name is Zia in the chat. Hello Zia. And next name we have. Okay, we have. Okay, what's your name? Lovely. Lovely is your name. Thank you for joining in the live. And here next name is I see next name is we have Timandis. Timandis. Thank you for joining in the live. Have a great day. And I see Cathy in the chat. Hello Cathy. How are you, Cathy? And I see Alana join the live. Hi Alana, how are you? And I see next name is Bhavisha. Sorry, Bhavish and Pratishta. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. And next name is Bonnie in the chat. Hello Bonnie, how are you Bonnie? And I see next name is Zen in the chat. Hi Zen. And here next is I see Azerbaijan. I think Azerbaijan is here in the chat. Oh, I'm Muhammad Atif. I'm sorry if I do not see your name. Thank you for joining in the live. It's okay. And here is next name is Talia in the chat. How Talia? How are you, Talia? And next name is Ikosi in the chat. Hello. How are you? And I see there's one in the chat. How are you? Thank you so much. Next name is we have Supriya in the chat. Hello Supriya. How are you? Thank you so much. And next name I see Skyla and Eliot. Thank you for joining in the live. Have a great day to you. Okay, Dilara in the chat. Hi Dilara, how are you? And I see Wafa in the chat. Hello Wafa, how are you? And next name is Amira in the chat. Hello Amira. And I see your next name is okay, next name is Famija. Famija, thank you. Have a great day to you. And I see Hira in the chat. Hello Hira, how are you? And I see next name is Neela in the chat. Hello Neela or Neely. Thank you Neely for joining in the live. And I see next name is Rami join the live. Hello Rami. And I see Hasti join the live. Hi Hasti. And next name is Sudixia in the chat. Hello, how are you? Welcome to the live. Thank you for joining. Bye, Big Son. How are you? Thank you for joining in the live. And next name I see here. Next name is Riman. Okay, Ramin. Next name is Ramin in the chat. And I see here is Saad. Hello Saad, how are you? And next name is Johnny. How are you, Johnny? And here is next name is Alvin. Join the line. Hi Alvin, how are you? And here next name is Mary in the chat. Hello Mary. And next name is Urwa. Hi Urwa. And I see next name is Aisel join the live. Hello Aisel. And okay Maya, thank you so much for joining the live. A great day to you. Thank you for joining in the live. Next name is Fatma in the live. Hello Fatma. And I see Zyla join the live. Hello Zyla. Next name is Yusra. Hi Yusra, thank you so much. Next name is Gungun. Hi Gungun. How are you? Thank you so much Gungun. Next name is Lana in the chat. Hi Lana. How are you? And here's Emily in the chat. Hi Emily. next name is Kin. Okay, Kin Sin Lo. Thank you so much, Kin Sin Lo. Have a great day. Next name is Agnes. How are you? Thank you so much for joining in the live. Next name is Waves in the chat. Hello, how are you? And here is Solidad. Okay, next name we have Turkey. Thank you for joining in the live. And next I see next name is Manvi. Hi Manvi. And I see Mariam in the chat. Hello Mariam. How are you? Thank you Mariam. Next name is Anis in the chat. Hello Anis. Next name is Danielle in the chat. Okay, hello Danielle, how are you? Thank you so much for joining in the live. Next name is Rahul. Hi Rahul. And here is Ahmad Khan. Hello Ahmad Khan. Next name is Pashi. And I see next name is Nishita in the chat. Hello Nishita. And I see Monica in the chat. Hi Monica. And I see Milagros in the chat. Hello, how are you? And next name is I see. Hi Siva, how are you? Welcome back to the live. Next name is Kendra in the chat. Hello, how are you? And I see Faith in the chat. Thank you for joining in the live. And next I see we have Sivansh. Hi Sivansh, how are you? Thank you so much for joining in the live. And I see his Kritika in the chat. Hello Kritika, how are you? Hello Alina, how are you Alina? Thank you for joining in the live. And I see Zara in the chat. Hi Zara, how are you Zara? And here is okay, next name is I miss it Proli. Hi Proli, how are you Proli? And here is Adriel in the chat. How are you? And here is Evie in the chat. Hello. Welcome to the live. Thank you for joining the live. Next name is Rakul in the chat. Hello, how are you? Thank you so much for joining in the live. And next name is Sophia joined the live. Hi Sophia. And here is Mia in the chat. Hello, welcome to the live. And next name is I see Aura in the chat. Hello Aura. And next name is Sonia. Hi Sonia, how are you? Thank you Sonia for joining the live. Okay, the next name I see here is Okay, next name is Yusuf in the chat. Hello Yusuf, how are you Yusuf? And next name I see Nata. Hello Nata, how are you doing? And next name is Pari. Pari, how are you? And here is who said I'm Alina. I watch your live stream. Okay, thank you, Alina. Thank you so much for your love and support. Thank you so much. Okay, Alina, thank you so much, Alina. Thank you. And next name is Jessica in the chat. Hello, Jessica. How are you? And here is next name is Jewel in the chat. Thank you so much. And next name is I see. Here is okay. What's happened? Hello, Kritika. Thank you so much for joining the live. And next name I see who's here is next name is Evie in the chat. Hello Evie. And I see Javi join the live. Hi Javi. And here is Nana. Hi Nana. How are you Nana? Thank you for joining the live. And next name is we have Tweety in the chat. Hello Tweety. How are you? Welcome back to the live. And next name is Rehan in the chat. Hello Rehan, how are you? And here is Britannia in the chat. Hello, how are you? Welcome to the live. Next name is Yami in the chat. Hello Yami, how are you? And here next name is I see Payal in the chat. Hi Payal. And I see next name is Zainab in the chat. How Zainab, how are you? And I see Aslim Khan. Hello Aslim Khan, thank you so much. And here is Royal in the chat. Hello Royal, how are you? Zari, how are you Zari? And I see Abil in the chat. Hi Abil, how are you? Okay, who's here? Veena Sharma, what happened? Next name is Danny in the chat. Hi Danny, how are you Danny? And here is Ayla in the chat. Hello Ayla. And I see next name is Lakshmi in the chat. Hi Lakshmi. And I see next name is Awa in the chat. Hello Awa. And here next name is Mariam. Hi Mariam. How are you? Thank you so much. Next name is Olivia in the chat. Hi Olivia. And next name I see Athena. How are you Athena? Thank you for joining in the live. And I see Jessica. Hello Jessica. And here is Sarika. Hello Sarika for joining in the live. Thank you Sarika. Thank you so much. And next name we have we have Yara in the chat. Hello Yara. how are you? And next name is, here we have Valija in the chat. Hi Valija, how are you? It's a different name. I like it. And next name is Linda in the chat. Hello Linda. And here we have Gabby. Gabby in the chat. Next name is Nagina. How are you, Nagina? Thank you, Nagina, for joining in the live. And here is Ilio. Thank you so much for joining the live. Have a great day. And next name is Skylar in the chat. Hi, Scholar. How are you? And next name is Oman. Hello, Oman. How are you? And I see next name is, I see here is Toladrum in the chat. Toladrum, how are you? And next name I see Lukman in the chat. Hello Lukman, how are you? And here is Jai. Hi Jai. How are you? Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for joining. Thank you. Thank you. Next name is, I see here is Justin in the chat. Hello, Justin. How are you, Justin? And I see here is, okay, here next name is Fatma Noor in the chat. Hello Fatma Noor, how are you? Next name is Mika in the chat. Hello Mika, how are you, Mika? And I see next name is Cassandra in the chat. How are you? Thank you so much for joining the live. Next name is Jassim in the chat. Hello, Jassim. And I see here is Cassidy. How are you, Cassidy? Thank you so much for joining in the live. And I see here is Patrick in the chat. Hello, how are you? Thank you so much for joining in the live. Next name is Brovik. How are you, Brovik? Thank you so much, Brovik. Next name is Miru in the chat. Hello, Miru. And I see next name is Mariala. Thank you so much. Have a great day to you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining. Who's here in the chat? Thank you, everyone. Diona, how are you, Diona? Thank you so much. And here next name is Zunera. Hello, Zunera. How are you? Welcome to the live, Zunera. Next name is Emily in the chat. Hello, Emily. How are you? And I see next name is Simmer. Hello, Simmer. How are you? Thank you for joining, Simmer. And here is Mario. Thank you for joining in the live. Have a great day. Hello, Muhammad. How are you? Thank you, Muhammad. Have a great day. And next name is, thank you, Mark, for subscribing. Thank you, Mark. Thank you so much. And here next name is Musa in the chat. Hi, Musa. And here is Anwar join the live. Hi, Anwar. Thank you so much. And next name is Beauty. Hi, Beauty. How are you? Thank you for joining in the live. And here next, I see here is Alex, thank you so much. Have a great day to you. Thank you. And next name is Hulda. Thank you so much. Have a great day to you. And next name is Greta. How are you, Greta? Thank you for joining in the live. Next name is Lane. How are you, Lane? Thank you for joining in the live. Liara. How are you, Liara? Thank you so much. And here is Hannah in the chat. Thank you, Hanan. Thank you for joining in the live. And here is Sia. How are you, Sia? Thank you. Next name is Muhammad. Hi, Muhammad. How are you? Thank you so much. And here is Nestle Khan. Thank you. So Nestle Khan or Nestle John? Nestle John or Nestle Khan? Thank you. And next name. I see Raisa in the chat. Hello, how are you, Zinchi? Thank you so much. Have a great day to you. And here is Leah in the chat. Hello, Leah. How are you? And I see Yashika. Thank you, Yashika. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you. And next name is I see Ayla in the chat. Hello, Ayla. How are you, Ayla? And here's Laureen in the chat. Hi, Laureen. How are you? Welcome to the live. Next name is Javeria. Hello, Javeria. And here next name is Beat in the chat. Hi, how are you? Thank you. Next name is Stila. How are you, Stila? Thank you, Stila, for joining the live. Musa, I wrote your name. Thank you for joining in the live. And next name is I see Kayla in the chat. Hello, how are you? Thank you so much. Next name is Noman. Hi, Noman. How are you? Thank you, Noman. Next name is Zara. How are you, Zara? And I see next whose name I did not write it. Tell me whose name I did not write it yet. Next name is Hi Moon. How are you? And here I see next name is Parisha. How are you, Parisha? Thank you so much. Thank you, Mariam. Hi, Mariam. And here is Trixie in the chat. Hello, Trixie. How are you? And here I see who's here, who's here, who's here, who's here. Next name is I see Chriselle. Thank you so much for joining in the live. And I see Adriana. How are you, Adriana? And next name is Darlene. How are you, Darlene? Thank you so much, Darlene. And next name is Ismail. Hi, Ismail. How are you? Next name is Rabbi in the chat. Hello, how are you, Rabbi? And I see Alice. Thank you so much for joining the live. Next name is Lena in the chat. Thank you, Lena. And someone say I did everything. Did I not write your name? What's your name? Drop your name. Next name is Kalin. How are you, Kalin? And I see next name is Sarah in the chat. Hello, Sarah. How are you, Sarah? And here I see next name is Liana in the chat. Hi, Liana. How are you, Liana? And I see Summer in the chat. Hello, Summer. How are you, Summer? And here next name I see Vanny in the chat. Hello, how are you? Next name is Kitty in the chat. Hello, Kitty. How are you, Kitty? And someone said I have cancer. I'm sorry to hear that. And next name is Kirklar in the chat. Hello, how are you? Thank you so much. Next name is Kalin. Hi, Kalin. What's up? And next name is Moon. Thank you for joining. I wrote your name. Thank you so much, Moon. Thank you. And next name I see Gay in the chat. Hello, Gay. How are you? And here next name I see Jisoo join the live. Hello, Jisoo. And here is Jacob in the chat. Thank you, Jacob. Thank you so much, Jacob, for joining the live. And next name I see here is okay. Next name is Rania in the chat. Hello, Rania. And I see Supriya in the chat. Hi, Supriya. How are you? And here I see next name is Humera in the chat. Hi, Humera. How are you, Humera? Next name is Mara in the chat. Hello, Mara. And next name is Dogan. Join the live. Hello, Dogan. And next name is Ima in the chat. Hello, Ima. And next name is Irene. Thank you so much, Irina. Thank you for joining in the live. Have a great day to you. And here I see Kara. Thank you for joining the live. Next name is I see Nandani in the chat. Hello, Nandani. How are you, Nandani? And I see okay, Fatma in the chat. Hi, Fatma. And here is Umar in the chat. Hello, Umar. How are you, Umar? And here I see Gulmira. Hi, Gulmira. How are you? Diana in the chat. Hi, Diana. How are you, Diana? And here next name is Hafsa in the chat. Hello, Hafsa. How are you, Hafsa? And next name is Suma in the chat. Hello, Suma. And next name is Margot. Thank you so much, Margot. Have a great day. And here is Hassan. And next name is Maya in the chat. Hello, how are you? Thank you so much for joining in the live. Next name is Dilara. How are you, Dilara? And your next name I see Hilal in the chat. Hello, Hilal. How are you? And whose name I miss it. Next name is Kelly in the chat. Hello, Kelly. And next name is Tuba in the chat. Hi, Tuba. What's up? And next name is Anmol in the chat. Hello Anmol, how are you? What's his name? I did not repeat. Thank you so much for joining the live. Have a great day to you. Thank you. Thank you. Cat dot. I think next name is Jannat in the chat. Hi Jannat. And next name is Hello DTI. How are you? It's a DT. Your name is DT or it's a DTI. And next name I see here is Ishal in the chat. Hello Ishal. How are you? And here is okay, I missed the name. What is that? Behos. Thank you so much, Behos. Next name is Milha in the chat. Hello DTI. Hello. How are you? Welcome back to the live. Next name I see Shanine in the chat. Hi Shanine. How are you? And next name I see what's up. Thank you for joining in the live. Have a great day to you. And next name is thank you Mina Islam for subscribing. Thank you so much. And next name I see Arjun join the live. Hello Arjun. How are you Arjun? And next name is Iram in the chat. Hi Iram. How are you Iram? And next name is Ahmad in the chat. Hello Ahmad. Bye DTI. Have a good day. Adriana. Thank you so much Adriana. Thank you for joining in the live. And next name I see Wally in the chat. Hello Wally. How are you? Next name is hello Maria. Thank you for liking and subscribing Maria. Thank you Maria. Thank you so much. Next name is Misha. How are you Misha? And Mira. Thank you so much for joining in the live. And I see next name is Lily in the chat. Hello Lily. And next name I see. Next name is hello Zoha. Hi Zoha. Thank you so much Zoha for joining the live. Next name Belos in the chat. Hi Belos. How are you? And next name is Tioma in the chat. Hello, how are you? Welcome to the live. Thank you so much. And here is Walkley. Welcome back to the live. Thank you for joining in the live. And next name is I see. Here is Yefta in the chat. Hello Yefta, how are you? And here is Tomaso. How are you Tomaso? Thank you. And next name I see Anam in the chat. Hi Anam. How are you Anam? Next name is Ruth in the chat. Hello Ruth. How are you? Next name is thank you. Next name is Subin in the chat. Hi Subin. Hello in the chat. Hello, hello. How are you? Next name is I see hello in the chat. Hello. How are you? Welcome to the live. Thank you so much. And next name who's here in the chat. Hello, Vaughn. How are you? Thank you so much, Vaughn. And here next name is and two in the chat. Hello, how are you? And I see next name is Rodiana. How are you, Rodiana? Thank you so much for joining in the live. And here next name is Awa in the chat. Hello, Awa. And I see Rizon in the chat. Hi, Rizon. How are you? Hit the 100 likes, everyone. Hit the 100 likes. Thank you so much. Do the 100 likes, 100 likes. Okay, who's gonna do 100 likes? It's a 97 likes. Thank you. And next name is I see Avinash in the chat. How are Avinash? How are you, Avinash? Next name is next name is Samir in the chat. Hello Samir, how are you? And next name is I see. Next name is Masumi in the chat. Hello Masumi, how are you? And her next name is Alec in the chat. I'm writing people's name. Don't say me to write Allah. Thank you. And next name is Simmer in the chat. Be respectful, guys. And next name is Yampur in the chat. Hello, Yampur. How are you? And next name I see here is. Okay, next name is Doreen in the chat. Hello, Doreen. How are you? And I see Dharmesh. Hello, Dharmesh. How are you? Thank you so much, Dharmesh, for joining. Okay, next name we have. Okay, next name is Rosie in the chat. Hello, Rosie. How are you? And next name is Jen. Okay, next name is Jeffnia in the chat. Hi, Jeffnia. How are you? Welcome to the live. Next name is Nora in the chat. Hello, Nora. How are you, Nora? And Okay, next name is I see. Okay, Uzvira in the chat. Thank you so much for joining in the live. Next name is Abhay in the chat. Hi Abhay. And next name is Maria. Hello Maria. How are you, Maria? And next name is okay. Next name is Krishna. Join the live. Hi Krishna. How are you, Krishna? And next name is Kavdas. I wrote your name. Thank you for joining in the live. Okay, here next name is Hiba in the chat. Hello, Hiba. And I Toba in the chat. Next name is Marwa in the chat. Hello, how are you? Isa? Ilsa? Thank you so much, Ilsa. And next I see here is Pyros in the chat. Hello, how are you? And I see next name is Sian in the chat. Hi Sian, how are you? And I see next name is Teachman. Thank you, Teachman. How are you? Thank you so much. Next name is Sonia in the chat. Hello, Sonia. How are you, Sonia? Next name is Book in the chat. Hello, Book. How are you? Next name is Firza in the chat. Hi, Firza. Next name I see Renu in the chat. Hello, Renu. How are you, Renu? Next name is Carl. Rini, thank you so much. Have a great day to you. And here is Calisti. How are you, Calisti? And next name is Arif in the chat. Hello, Arif. How are you? Next name is Lala in the chat. Hi Lila. How are you, Lila? Next name is Leona in the chat. Thank you for joining in the live. Okay, everyone, hit the 120 likes. Thank you so much for joining in the live. Thank you for being in the live. Next name is Polly in the chat. Hello, Polly. How are you, Polly? And here is Theo in the chat. Hi, Theo. How are you? And next name is Saima. Join the live. Hello, Saima. How are you? Next name is Muskan. Hello, Muskan. How are you? Next name is Ellen in the chat. Hello, Ellen. How are you? Beauty. Monetti. Thank you so much for joining the live. Have a great day to you. And next name is Daniela. How are you, Daniela? And welcome back to the live. Thank you so much. And here I see next name is okay, next name is Yaros in the chat. Hello, Yaros. How are you? Next name is Sylvia. Next name is Faridi in the chat. Hello, Faridi. And I see next name is Fatma Noor and Karim in the chat. Welcome back to the live. Thank you so much for joining the live. Have a great day. And here next name is Seafer in the chat. Hello, Seafer. How are you? And next name is Zaharo. Join the live. Hi, Zaharo. And I see Harry. Thank you, Harry, for joining the live. Next name is Hiseong in the chat. Hi, Hiseong. How are you? Next name is Siku in the chat. Hello, Siku. How are you, Siku? And here next name is Michelle in the chat. Hello, how are you? And here next name is Mihala. Thank you for joining the live. Have a great day to you. And whose name I missed it and who is waiting? Tell me. Next name is Sana. And here is Jasmine in the chat. Hello, Jasmine. And next name is here is Yuri in the chat. Hello, Yuri. How are you? And I see Amirali in the chat. And next name is Ashram. Next name is Myla in the chat. Hi Myla, how are you? And next name is, okay guys, my internet is keep disconnecting. And next name is Mishi in the chat. Hello Mishi, how are you? Okay everyone, I will take last 5 names, then I will end the live. Internet is disconnecting. Hello Ali, how are you? Okay, next name is Rishma. How are you, Rishma? Thank you so much. Okay, everyone, I will take last 5 names, then I will end the live. Here is 5, 4, okay, here is, next name is, okay, 5, 4, next name is 3, 2, and the last name who's here in the last, Asfia. How are you? Thank you so much, Asfia. Thank you everyone. Thanks for watching. See you in the next live. See you at 11 p.m. Thank you everyone. Thanks for watching. Thank you. Bye everyone. Bye.